Okay,
So
let's go.
There are reports that your office did know in advance about the official heading to the Russian embassy party. Yesterday you didn't directly answer that. So why didn't your office, if it was so unacceptable, why didn't your office stop it before it happened?
Well, listen, I told you yesterday that this should never have happened. This will not happen again. And I had a tough conversation with my team and also with my deputy minister. I'm as angry as you and as Canadians watching us right now. And so now, the goal is to make sure that we continue our very important work regarding Ukraine. I had a really good conversation yesterday, again, with the foreign minister from Ukraine. The big question right now is how can Canada support Ukraine as they're trying to accede to the EU. So, of course, we will support them in this very important membership process, and we will continue to help them try to ship grains around the world, because right now, clearly, we know that Russian forces are targeting farmers and also the ports of Odessa and Mykolaiv.
But did you personally know? Did you personally know?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know, and that's why I'm frustrated, of course. But of course, I'm the minister. So of course, the buck stops here, and that's why I'm telling you that it should not have happened, and it can't go forward and happening anytime. Like, I mean, it won't happen again.
What was the explanation for why? Pourquoi? Est-ce qu'il y a des raisons qui justifient que ça a été autorisé? Maintenir, épargner la chair.
Il n'y a aucune raison. Ça n'aurait pas dû être autorisé, point final.
No, but you got an explanation from your officials when you asked why wasn't it approved. What was that?
I didn't want an explanation. I would have never approved it. So there's no explanation. There's no explanation to be given. Folks, I think I've given you the information that I have, and I've been transparent regarding this issue.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thank you. So you'd be open to amendments to the Canadian content provisions in C11?
I mean, as I said from the start, once the bill it gets royal assent, then I'm sending a policy directive to the CRTC chair asking him or her to update Canadian content, to modernize it.
Are you open to amendments to the amendments that are coming likely on this bill that others have proposed? Are you open to amendments at all before the bill passes?
I'm open to discussions, but if the Conservatives don't want to discuss, I was there last week. They didn't let me speak. I finally could speak, and now I hope that they're able to work with other parties too, so we can move on.
Sorry, I said Canadian content. I meant user-generated content.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So are you open to amendments on the user-generated content
Well,
to be more specific?
we've had many discussions. The Conservatives are not suggesting anything as an amendment. They're just filibustering, which is a shame. And again, we had discussions with many experts, and we're convinced that it's not going to affect. It's not going to affect them, and we don't want to touch it. The bill is not about the users, it's not about user-generated content. It's about the online platforms. That's it.
Why did the government feel the need to invoke sort of a closure motion at the committee? Why was that necessary?
Well, because the Conservatives wake up in the morning thinking about filibustering, they go to bed thinking about filibustering, in the middle they filibust. So we have to move on. Thank you.
In those circumstances, and if there are grounds at the operational independence and discretion of police, ought to be an investigation. So I cannot underline enough that engaging in any kind of a hoax for the purposes of misleading police, casting aspersions on a community, feeding into stereotypes is wrong. It's categorically wrong.
On borders,
Get your comment in the pool, sir?
Okay,
I'm
borders, can I just ask you about, if the definition of fully vaccinated is 3 doses, what kind of chaos do you expect at borders?
Well, we don't expect there to be chaos. We expect that we'll continue to support our airports and critical infrastructure with the labor that is needed, with the health protocols that are needed to strike the balance between ensuring smooth travel, while at the same time protecting Canadians against the pandemic.
Do you support that definition?
Last question, please.
Dernière question.
Can we just get closer to the pool slide?
Okay, I'm going to move back here, and then I'm going to do another press conference after.
I'm concerned that this tip wasn't vetted properly by security before they sort of detained innocent people.
Well, again, I mean, tips are assessed by law enforcement, and what we're hearing now, as has been disclosed in the press, is that there's questions around the legitimacy of this particular tip, which, as I just said a moment ago, if you're engaging in a hoax for whatever reason, that's against the law. It's very serious. And I think it is an added dimension of concern if in the hoax you are building into stereotypes, if you are feeding into the kind of systemic biases, particularly against the community. And I know that the Sikh community is very concerned about this. I share those concerns, and decisions around investigating a potential hoax are at the operational independence of the decision. I'm going to do a press conference very shortly. Thanks.